Hi, it's Jill with Apostrophe S. Today I want to show you how to make our newest kit, Limelight. It's this awesome lantern for the summer, and this is great. Okay, I'm showing you the picture because the lantern itself is pretty large, but you can see here how darling this is, and it's really fun to make. So I'll show it to you. Okay, so first of all, here's all of the stuff that you need to make it. You've got some wax paper to keep your tabletop smooth, all of the wood pieces, these vellum pieces that make the lantern window. You've got glue, paint, some masking tape, the actual light, and a sponge to do the painting with. Okay, and then what you're going to need from home is we suggest that you have a couple of heavy books to help press stuff down for the gluing, and then a wet rag, oh actually a damp rag, not too wet, and then a cup of water, again to help with the painting. So one of the first things that I want to show you is all of the pieces are labeled, just like we've done with our other wooden kits. Okay, so the base part of this kit is all labeled with the pieces all have an A on them. Those are the lantern's base. And then the part that's illuminated, the middle, are all labeled with B, and then the top part are all labeled with C. So let me show you a little bit about what those pieces actually look like. I don't know if you can see this, but you can see the letters there. This is 2A bottom, 2A top. The top and the bottom shows that it goes in like this, and this is the top edge. So the top is up here, the bottom is down here, and it just kind of helps you orient the piece. These are just a couple of the pieces so that you can see how they're all labeled. Okay? Now the first thing to do with this kit is that because of the lasering, the pieces have a little bit of burn look on them. Now some people like the look of that and can do the whitewashing over it to kind of give it kind of a funky rugged look, and others might want to get rid of that. So the only thing that you need to do to get rid of that kind of burned look is to just take your wet rag and kind of rub those. Be careful of these spindles because they're, you know, so thin, and you don't want to break them. Now obviously you don't want to, you know, it's not going to totally come off, and I was going to say you don't rub too hard on these, as I just said, but it kind of helps lighten it up a little bit. So you can see this is a little cleaner than over on this side. So it's something you can do if you want to do that, is clean up your pieces. Okay, so once you've got them all cleaned up, we're going to get the piece of the wax paper to protect your surface, and then we're going to get one of the little plates, and I'm going to get some of this white paint. Be careful. And I'm just going to, it's pretty thick paint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the sponge, and you're going to put it in the water, and you're going to kind of get it wet, and then just get a little paint on it and go like that. Kind of wipe over where it's labeled so that you can see those labels later. I didn't do that before, and so when it came time for me to put the thing together, it was a little hard at some points to see if I had the right piece. So you just do that with all of the pieces and whitewash them so that they all look like this. You can see that these are all whitewashed, okay? And that's how they look. If you want it more paintish, you can have more paint and less water. If you want more of a whitewashed look, then you can add more water. It just depends on what you want to do. Okay, the next part that I want to do before I put the whole thing together is I want to adhere these sheets to these wooden side pieces. Now this one says 1B, and again this is B because it's the center. Remember, A was the bottom, and then B, and then C was the top. So I'm going to get the piece that says 1 bottom, and this also says 1 bottom. And I'm going to take the glue, and you don't want to put too much on because these are so narrow you don't want it to bleed through. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of glue in some of these areas, some of these sections, like this. Okay, and run it just really thinly along the edge. And basically, when you have it all glued on, put it along the sides and all over. But then you set this up, and then carefully line these up like this. Okay. And then to glue it, once you're sure that the paint's dry, put this on it and wait for about 10 minutes until it's dry. Move stuff. Okay, then it looks like this. So you can see it's all glued on, and it looks like this. Okay, and you're good to go. Okay, so let me show you how to put it together. I'm going to start with the base. The only piece that's not labeled is this one. Well, this one and the very, very top piece. The reason this is cut right here is because it's going to be where your cord goes through right here. And you can see, maybe it's hard to show you, there's a piece of tape to hold that cord down. Okay, and you can see how the inside is, and I'll show you how to put this together. Okay, so you want the white showing, so I'm going to flip this over like this. Okay, then I'm going to get this piece, and I'm going to look for the one at the bottom. This is 1A bottom, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I'm going to do wrong sides together, and again I'm going to do the glue, but I'm going to do it on this side because this is the side that has the these cutouts for the pieces to fit into. The whole thing will piece together like a puzzle. Okay, and you might want to just do like dots in between there so that it's glued. Okay. Let me put that on there. Okay. As I flip it over, again, this is 1A. I'm going to have the ones facing me. So I'm going to put one like this. Okay. And I'm going to glue that, and I'm going to set that down again for about 10 minutes to let that totally dry. Okay, now we're going to pretend that it's dry because I want to show you how to do this moving forward. See, if you don't put the book on, they come apart, so make sure that that book stays on there and really weights it down, glues it down. Okay, the next part we're going to do are these. And again, I'm going to look for 1 because that's the one that's facing me. Now, I'm not going to glue these just for the purposes of showing you, but you'll want to glue just a little teeny thin bit of glue just on the bottoms like that, and you're going to fit it into those grooves like that. Okay, then I'm going to take number 2, this one, and again the bottom and the top, and you want the white facing out, and you're going to go like this. Now you might want to put a little bit, a little bit of glue right here so that it glues on that edge as well as on the bottom. And you're going to continue those all the way around. And there's number 4. Okay, you've got those done. Now this one says B. Don't want that one yet. I want A. So I'm going to put the number 1. It's really hard to read because I painted over it, but number 1 is facing towards me, and I want the white upside down so that it shows. See, the white, you can see it shows right along there, so it needs to be white. And you want the edges to not show. So when we painted, we don't want to paint the edges. Now these are a little tricky, but you just kind of need to work with them. Until you glue it down. You put all those on, and you're all good to go. This one was number 1, so I know that I lay it like this. Then I glue it again. Find 1B, face it towards me, glue it down, put the book, wait 10 minutes, and then remove the book. And now I'll start gluing the side pieces. So you go like this, and then number 2 fits in like this. Now the sides, I'm going to move this because it's not glued. The sides, you're going to take some of your tape. Once it's glued, and you're going to tape them so that it can dry. And you do it all the way around so that all these pieces are all on with the tape around the sides to glue it all together. Okay? When that's done, and then you do, just like we did these panels with these, you do the same thing with the little panels that are around the top. Okay? And you put those on and glue them. And then you put the top together like this, just the way that we did the base. So the side panels, these, will fit into these. And then this will be the very, very top. And these will go in the top. And this will fit on like this. And then your final piece will be like this, so that it'll fit like this. And when the whole thing's glued and put together, it's really fabulous. The light, you just take the light, pinch it, and slide it into the hole at the bottom and release these. And then put the cord through the holes, turn it on, and you're ready to go. So that's all there is to it. Limelight, Apostrophe S. Make it yours.